Hello everyone, welcome back to the Wolfpack. I have a quick video for you today, but a fun one. And think of it as like a part two, because I did do one about board game upgrades that you can see over here. So I guess this can be a part two to all that. And if you see here, I got some brand new merch from Bonds, who, if you haven't been seeing like the past 10,000 videos, she's been around a lot and helped me a ton on my channel. I couldn't be doing a ton of things without her. So if you want to help her out and support Bonds, I will leave a link to that down below. Support her merch. She is literally the brains behind this operation a ton of the time nowadays. So if you have the means to support her, please do. She is just downright amazing and also terrible at games. Just kidding. Have a crazy losing streak with Bonds right now. It's wild. All right. Today, we're talking about some board game upgrades. Now, this video is not sponsored by anyone, but I said yes to making this video because I am just blown away by the type of material and production that is being used for this particular upgrade. So these are metal upgrades, and links to this down below as well. This is from Tinkertown Games, and I just can't get over how good these metal resources are. You know the material? It's like pin material. I think like it's enamel. And what's really crazy is that the shapes of the actual leaf here, they're raised. So they have raised metal ridges. And then I saw some behind the scenes of how they make it too. So like they pour in ink that's color matching to the actual game, and they pour in ink into these little wells. When I saw these, I had to cover it because they look absolutely insane. They look better than the actual game upgrades. And I saw that, well, the resources that you see here are all for Wingspan, but I also saw that Tinkertown just started some resources for Wormspan. And I love these third-party resources more than the official ones too, because the quality is unreal. Like, it's dense, it's metal, it has very unique ridges that are so satisfying, and it's literally like playing pins as your resources. And what makes me super excited about them is that they're different from everything else that you've seen. Like so far, we've seen all kinds of materials, right? Wood, plastic, metal, but then I've never seen an enamel, a pin-shaped material like this. And I feel like Tinkertown Games is onto something, because this is the type of material that I would easily, in a heartbeat, buy and just use for any game upgrade. Like, I love the wood. I love the premium quality of all the other ones that we've seen so far, but this is just so unique and different and vibrant, and they really bring a whole new level of production to board games. So I'm excited to see this kind of production being used in official games later on too, but this is really, really nice. Here's some resources from the expansion to Wingspan as well. Like I said, they look exactly like they could be used in official game pieces. If you've been watching this channel, you know that I absolutely love the production of material, and I always talk about how great the material of all games are made now. This right here raises the standard of how tokens are going to be made in the future. So I'm very, very excited to see all the other games that Tinkertown Games will be covering. And Tinkertown Games, thank you so much for sending this over. Now, the second thing that was sent to me is from Awaken Realms. You've seen this on the channel before in pre-production, but now we get to the final production, and Awaken Realms did send this over to me. So this is the Vault Story Dice. First one is from ISS Vanguard. Here's a look at the final production of these. These dice, when they first came out, honestly just blew my mind, because I felt like I've seen every single type of material used for dice and just types of dice in general. But these completely change the game because they have so many different dimensions and 3D textures to them. And they're actually like practical to be used in the game. And they're also fun. Like, I showed the prototypes to my friends when we played Nemesis and stuff, and they're blown away too, because it just is unreal. That's ISS Vanguard. So Etherfields and ISS Vanguard are the two games that I haven't played from them just yet, but I have played through Nemesis and Tainted Grail. Now, Etherfields does intrigue me a ton. I've definitely been interested in that one because they had like those metal keys and stuff, but I don't know too much about that game. I just didn't end up backing it at the time because I felt like at the time Etherfields came out, there were a ton of other games, so I definitely prioritized some other ones. But if you have played Etherfields, let me know if this is a game that I should totally get and cover on my channel, because I've been very interested in this one, but haven't really bit the bullet on this just yet. Now, the other two, like I said, I have played before. Tainted Grail, be dead honest, was not my favorite. It's probably my least favorite title from Awaken Realms. I just felt like the story was a ton of filler. So I gave it up after like covering like 3 chapters or something like that. And then I was like kind of just over it, because I just felt like it was a grind with no specific purpose. But here is some dice for that. Like, Awaken Realms obviously produces the most premium quality board game products, but man, they like really take it up a notch when it comes to stuff like this. And it still manages, they still blow me away with how they can like make things completely next level for production. And last but not least, let's take a look at the one I am the most familiar with, Nemesis. Now, Nemesis 2, I don't know what it is, but I felt like we played through it twice. I definitely want to give it like 2 more shots, like just switching up the groups and everything and like the player count, because I don't see, like I see why it's a good game and it's interesting and it definitely is enough for me to try it again, but I don't understand the full hype to Nemesis just yet. So I'm waiting to actually share my full thoughts on it. So if you have any tips about how to fully enjoy the cooperative nature of Nemesis, semi-cooperative nature of Nemesis, then let me know, because the first 2 experiences were like cool and okay, but like the payoff for going through that rulebook and the setup for Nemesis 2 hasn't really gotten me there just yet, which is why I didn't back the latest campaign for Nemesis, and I hopefully don't regret it. But yeah, let me know if you have some tips about how to, it sounds kind of funny, but like how to enjoy Nemesis, but maybe like how to experience Nemesis properly. Like, is there a good player count that you all play with? Let me know. So this one I am definitely familiar with. This is the noise die or the intruder die. Basically, you want to make the least amount of noise possible. That way you don't bring in more aliens. So I think they give an alternate option for using this die. Oh, and this is the expansion. This is Space Cat noise. Like, I know people sculpt for minis and stuff, but just seeing the amount of details that go into something like this, like how do you manage to even conceptualize? Like, hey, let's put a cat squished into a D6 die. I don't even understand the process and the amount of like imagination that you need to have in order to compress and visualize something like this and just make it happen and make it real. Like, that blows my mind. So this is super cool. But yeah, lightning quick video. Just wanted to show you all some really cool board game upgrades that I've gotten recently. Again, I will leave links to these down below if you are interested. They are absolutely stunning pieces from both the metal pieces from Tinkertown Games and the Awaken Realms Vault story dice. So if this right here is the standard for board game production going forward, ooh, I am here for it. But anyways, thank you all so much for watching today's video and for hanging out. If you made it here to the very, very end, comment metal for my current favorite type of material used for board game upgrades. That was so long-winded, but you get me. I'll see you on the next one.